tomorrows for the past 25 years. Welcome to Anurag University. It is our tradition in India to start any such important occasion with a welcome dance in a traditional format. So let's welcome Ms. Devi of Anurag University from the Specdam Arts Club to perform a welcome dance for us. Wasn't it amazing? So, it is actually impossible for any one of us sitting here. And this place, Anurag University, is a place which makes impossible things possible. So, we welcome you once again to Anurag University. And now let's go ahead with the formal inaugural program. I apologize for the delay of 10 minutes in the inauguration, but we will make sure that we'll cover it up in the coming sessions and the program. Thank you, boys and girls. So let me take the privilege of inviting today's guests onto the stage. First of all, it's my privilege and I feel proud in inviting Dr. U.B. Desai, the Chancellor of Anurag University, onto the stage. We welcome you, sir. I'd like to also request Dr. Archana Mantri ma'am, Dr. Archana Mantri, the Vice Chancellor of Anurag University, to join us on stage. Let's all put our hands together to welcome today's chief guest, Dr. J.H. Chowdhury, sir, the chief guest, who has been the founder of International Startup Foundation and the ex-IT advisor and special chief secretary, chief guest of erstwhile Andhra Pradesh. We welcome you, sir, on behalf of Anurag University and on behalf of RRSPBL. Let me welcome Dr. Gopal Krishna Joshi, sir, the founding Vice Chancellor of MIT Vishwaprayag University, Solapur. Welcome, sir. And I'd like to welcome Dr. Jiang Yundu, the Director, Department of Sustainability and Planning, Aalborg University, Denmark. I welcome you onto the stage, ma'am. And I apologize if I have pronounced your name wrong. Thank you. And it's an honor to invite Dr. V. Vijay Kumar, sir, the Dean, School of Engineering, Anurag University, onto the stage. So, Professor Gopal Krishna Joshi is the founding Vice Chancellor of MIT Vishwaprayag University, Solapur, Maharashtra. Earlier, Professor Joshi has served as an Executive Director of Karnataka State Higher Education Council, Bangalore. During his tenure at KSHEC, he has evolved in implementation of National Education Policy 2020 at international collaborations in the space of higher education. He has made contributions to innovations in first-year engineering curriculum and PBL practices. He is a member of International Advisory Board of UNESCO Centre for PBL in Engineering of Aalborg University, Denmark. I request Professor Joshi, sir, to address the gathering.
And my dear colleagues, I am here to set the context for this conference. Regional Research Symposium on PBL 2024 is what we are hosting today. This RRS PBL started in 2019 as a result, as an outcome of our conversation with UNESCO Centre for PBL at Aalborg University, its director, Professor Annette Kolmos. UCPBL hosts International Research Symposium on PBL once in 2 years. So we thought in India we have to promote practice of PBL and research in PBL and build a community of PBL practitioners and researchers. And then we need to create that ecosystem and provide a platform for people to come share their experiences of practice, research findings, and stay connected beyond institutions. So it is in this background that we started hosting this conference. 2019, the first conference was hosted at KLE Technological University, Hubli. We had 200 plus participants, 24 papers presented, about 7 states were represented from India. And then the next conference, because of COVID, we had to do it online. We had excellent response, but the whole experience was online, and we did not have research track then. We only had keynotes, plenary sessions, and workshops. And that the enthusiasm that we saw made us commit one certification program for PBL practitioners, which Aalborg University's UCPBL Centre agreed to host, and then we offered that. And today we are in the 3rd edition of RRS PBL. We have come a long way. We have come a long way. At this juncture, I'll have to acknowledge the support from KLE Technological University, Professor Ashok Shettar, who stood by us like a rock and then supported us. When we fell short of spirit, he gave us spirit. When we fell short of money, he gave us lot of money also. All the remaining amount, I used to collect money, all the deficit was borne by him. That is how he has supported me. I would be failing in my duty if I do not acknowledge his support. Professor Krishna and IUCEE, that is one starting point for our journey. So Krishna, I am so happy to see you here. And you stand to validate us. You also stand as our conscience. Thank you. UCPBL Center, I know an effort like this, especially in a country like India, where the space that I have chosen to work is tier 2 and tier 3 institutions. I don't belong to IITs. I'm from Janpath. I'm not from Rajpath. I always say this. So it is extremely difficult for us to penetrate into these institutions and then bring in global best practices without any compromise. And if I know how difficult it is otherwise, if I do not have a credible collaboration, we will not be acceptable. So I think today we are in a stage where when I see this number and so many people who have practiced certain things and come here to share, I think it is the time for PBL to stay here and grow. And thank you for supporting us. I would like to place on records our gratitude to Professor Annette Kolmos, who, like Shettar and Krishna, equally stood by us, supported us, and then she connected us to the next level, next generation team of UCPBL and saw to it that our efforts continue. So I have to also recognize the support from MathWorks. When we needed money, MathWorks gave us money. I have to place on records my gratitude. And dear friends, it is not all these things. To me, what I spoke so far is enablers, but who are the doers? There is a small set of doers who volunteer their services to build this movement, to keep this momentum. It is Vijay Lakshmi, Rohit, Surendra, and Preeti. And there are many more. I have taken only 4 names because I would be failing in my duty if I do not acknowledge their support. So it is these people, they have, and then impact society. I came here only to set this context and connect you to how it has grown, how we are here, and it is during these 3 days, we will work out how we should proceed further. Thank you all.
Thank you, Professor Joshi, for setting the context. And let's take Professor Joshi's words as the Saraswati mantra, and let's all together invite all the guests on stage to light the lamp as we begin the program.
महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि, महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि, महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि, महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि, वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिम् महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं, महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं, मारकोटि प्रकाशं शान्तं, महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं, मारकोटि प्रकाशं शान्तं, महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियम्, महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं, मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं, महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं, मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं, महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि, महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि, वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिम्.
Sir. Balaji sir. Come. No, please, sir.
Balaji sir. On behalf of Chairman sir.
Yes, sir.
On behalf of Chairman sir.
You are on behalf of chairman. Yeah, I'm not like Modi to love.
Yeah, I request all to be seated. Thank you. And that was Pranati and Chinmayi from the Aalborg Music Club of Anurag University. I thank all the dignitaries and the guests for lighting the lamp. Dr. Xiangyun Du is a professor and director of Aalborg University PBL Centre in Engineering Science and Sustainability, Aalborg University, Denmark. Professor Du has been committed to research in educational transformation through pedagogical change using problem-based learning and project-based learning methodology in diverse social, cultural and educational contexts. Having won multiple teaching and learning prizes herself, she has also been engaged with educational institutions in over 30 institutions across countries, doing substantial work on pedagogy development. Let me invite Dr. Xiangyun Du to address the gathering.
Thank you for everyone. Thank you for the great opportunity. Thank you for Anurag hosting this special event. And it's so special to have this welcome with the artist dance and with the special ritual. This is so special, and this makes it an unforgettable trip. I would say also thank you for Professor Annette Komos and Joshi many years ago to started the regional conference of IRSPBO. Earlier we have talked about Professor Annette Komos and I, we founded the IRS, the International Symposium. We talk about how to build the community. So the community is to bring together people who are interested in practicing PBL and also researching and working on improvement. So thank you for making the concept of the regional conference, since it's not easy to connect people all the time from global backgrounds. So with the community, we are growing together these years, and we carry on the good inspiration. We turn the community into community of practice. By saying so, it means we are building common shared values, shared practices, and a common identity of being PBL practitioner and research. And thank you, Joshi, for bringing this conference into a research-supported and research-based conference. Thank you, Anurag, for all your efforts to make the research value strong than ever this year. This is great for building the knowledge society together, contributing to the global community as well. So I look forward to this conference, and on behalf of our center, our colleagues, Henrik has been here from the first year. We were all joining this conference online for the second round. We all look forward to this time and the future. And the future, I would like to suggest through this conference to build more structured learning community. That will provide more structured way for us to work together in the long run and to grow together. Thank you so much again, Anurag, for all your efforts.
Thank you, Professor Du, and we wish you do a lot of magic in the next 3 days at Anurag University with knowledge sharing. Give me a minute in introducing our chief guest. Today's chief guest, Dr. J.A. Chowdhury, sir, is the founding director of Software Technology Parks of India at Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Chennai. He is the current chairman of Indian Blockchain Standards Committee, the general partner, Succeed Innovation Fund, and the former IT advisor and special chief secretary to the Chief Minister, Government of Andhra Pradesh. He started his career as at the Indian Space Research Organization as a scientist, where he was involved in designing telemetry subsystems of Bhaskara, Rohini, and Aryabhatta satellites. He worked at Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, BHEL, where he contributed towards developing mechanisms that would facilitate online monitoring of pollution levels and process control systems for BHEL power stations. J.A. Chowdhury Garu, along with Harmant Chowdhury, are the two people responsible for the IT revolution in Bangalore and Hyderabad. Chowdhury Garu is also credited as one of the key architects of the Hyderabad high-tech city and in founding International Institute of Information Technology, Hyderabad, and IITD at Tirupati. Let's all put our hands together in welcoming Dr. J.A. Chowdhury, sir, to address the gathering.
Thank you for a very gracious introduction. Good morning to all of you. Dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank my dear friend Dr. Balaji introducing this great university, Anurag University. Though I heard about this university about last couple of years, but I was not knowing about how the university is doing and all that. So when we had a program to have to set up our new ISF conference, global conference in Hyderabad, Dr. Balaji was insisting that no, you should bring it to our university. Then I asked him, where is your university? It is far away from high-tech city, about one hour plus it may take. Then he sent some of his colleagues from the university to convince me that I should, instead of conducting this university from some of the locations in the city, in Anurag University. Then I promised Dr. Balaji, because he is so perseverance in his approach to bring the university to bring the conference to the university. Then I promised him maybe next year we will consider to have our ISF conference in the university. Then afterwards, I started inquiring about the university. Who are there in the university? Then he said, Dr. U.B. Desai is our chancellor. I know U.B. Desai. We were part of the Hyderabad for Innovation, and I visited when he was the IIT director at Hyderabad. He hosted a meeting, H4I meeting. Desai, you remember in the old facility, Ordnance Factory, we had that meeting and excellent luncheon meeting. And since then, I mean, we were there together in Sri City, and we played cards. And I know how good he is playing cards at that time. So that was the first credential for the university. Then afterwards, Balaji was started telling, no, recently we got Vice Chancellor from Chitkara University, and she joined our university as the Vice Chancellor. The moment he mentioned about Chitkara, because I was given honorary doctorate from Chitkara University recently when she was the Vice Chancellor. That time I noticed how Chitkara University is better than many universities in the country, and I came to know that there are nearly 173 startups they promoted in that university, and the second year students, they actually got a startup and they got funding, and definitely looks like they are going to become a next unicorn. And out of the 173 startups, if I remember correctly, Archana ji, maybe you can correct me, I was told by Dr. Piyush that 73 startups got funded by venture capitalists. So that shows not just starting the startups, but the quality of the startups. No venture capitalists blindly invest in the startups. They go through all the credentials, they see whether it's a scalable model and all that. So that's when I realized that this is the pedagogy. Because startups these days, unless there is a problem, they can't start a startup. The olden days, I mean, in the dot-com era, even by creating one app, they used to get funding and all that, this thing. That era is gone. So today startups, unless they identify a problem, because you are all talking about problem-based learning or project-based learning. So I noticed that Chitkara University, there are so many startups because they are identifying the problems in the first year itself, and they are giving those problems to the students, and they are forming the teams so that they will work like a startup company. So I was telling your other team members of the Anurag University, see, what are the advantages for any university student to learn the subjects, because today we are in the era of AI era, disruptive era, innovation era. There are so many things people are talking about it. In this era, if you have to survive, you should know everything. You should know the domain knowledge. You should know the technology, how the technology can be introduced. You should know how to do the marketing for the product. You should know how to finances happens for the company. So all this marketing, sales, all these issues one has to learn as a company. So once you know the 360 degrees of the enterprise, then you can do wonders. I mean, anybody, because today companies are looking forward to, I keep telling, like they want Hanuman. Hanumantudu, Telugulo చెప్తాను. హనుమంతుడు లంకలో సీతమ్మ వారిని చూసి రమ్మంటారు రాముడు వారు. ఈయన చూసి రావడమే కాదు, కాల్చి వస్తాడు. సో అలాంటి వాడు కావాలి ఈరోజు. టుడే వీ నీడ్ పీపుల్ ఆఫ్ దాట్ క్యాలిబర్. Just give them an idea. Okay, this is the idea that we have to implement. Not only they should understand the idea, they should bring a solution to that problem. That's the kind of a manpower that industry is looking forward to. So I have been talking to a lot of universities, and I have been openly criticizing some engineering colleges, universities, where I went and told them, you have to bring some reforms, disruptive reforms. Those our Krishna Vedula, no disruptions in the educations, we will only bring innovations. But I always keep telling, by bringing the tinkering reforms, nothing is going to happen. I know that Government of India brought some reforms in the higher education, but I feel they are all tinkering reforms. With the tinkering reforms, because the changes are very disruptive. All these days we were only hearing about generative AI and AI era and all this. Suddenly I saw the news item that Google has come out with a quantum computing chip. And I was going through the video while coming from my home to the university, and the kind of power that it has got. Any problem, anything, whatever is not possible in today's this thing. So that can be solved using the quantum computing chip and also the generative AI tools and all that. So there's so many disruptions are coming, and billions of agents are going to be created by every AI tool company. So today itself, the power of the AI tools is so much. What is going to happen the next year and the following year? So it's going to be very, very disruptive, and that's where I was when Krishna Vedaluji was mentioning that I am telling every university to have one domain knowledge, expertise in domain knowledge, and also mathematics, and plus of course you need the tools. That's what exactly what is required. So I came here to give a bhashan or give some kind of a gnan what to do. Looks like Anurag University is way ahead of this thing. So there is no need for people like me to come and give what is required for the university to create next generation manpower. Madam, where is the promoter? So Madam, you are already in that path. I don't think you require any other consultants to come and give the consultancy and all that. Only thing is you continue in that path, and I only request that you should bring some disruptive reforms. Though he asked me not to bring the disruptions in education, but I still insist that you should bring some disruptive reforms, and that's where you will be ahead of the curve. There's so many people are trying to create now in the higher education. When I was there in US recently, one private equity firm, they have got about $1 billion funding. He is an Indian from Tamil Nadu. I asked him, what is that you are doing as a partner in the private equity firm? JSR, we are actually acquiring a lot of universities and higher education institutions and converting them into malls and also residential campuses. We are making a lot of money. I asked him, why these universities are now selling their properties to you? No, there are no takers. There are no students are not going to those engineering colleges and universities. They are becoming a ghost universities. That's the reason why already we acquired about 62 such universities and institutions of excellence. And that's when I got a clue that if this trend continues, how many universities in India, how many engineering colleges in India may become ghost universities if they don't provide right kind of education to the students, and the students are not getting jobs in this disruptive era. It's going to be very tough for them to survive. So I was thinking about it, how our engineering colleges and universities are going to, play in this new Kurukshetra war. But I'm surprised to see Anurag University is ahead of many universities. They are bringing all the right kind of partners who are sitting here. I think definitely, Madam, you are going to really be model university. Maybe since you have brought Vice Chancellor from Chitkara University, she can do much better than what Chitkara University people are doing. And we are all there to support, because we need people. For startup companies, we need the innovative people, because I am promoting the startup companies. So definitely, this university we are going to adopt from ISF standpoint of view, whatever we have to bring in. Not because you have got great buildings and all that. Buildings, anybody can build the buildings. You have got the right mindset. That right mindset is required in this era. Unless you are open for those suggestions and implement those things, then only, say, otherwise we will come here and give some suggestions and all that. If you are not able to implement, then we are wasting your time, and I am also wasting my time. So looks like there is a marriage between ISF and Anurag University is going to take place, and definitely we will bring next ISF conference to this campus. And I had a meeting with Palla Rajeswar Reddy Garu, chairman of this university. He promised me that some of the buildings, some of the requirements for ISF to bring here, I mentioned to him in the last meeting, he said he is going to make it possible if those infrastructure facilities, if those incubators, and also I requested him to create a fund. See, to create startups, they need funding also. If Anurag University with the friends, whatever Palla Rajesh Reddy has got, create a fund, and we can really create n number of startup companies from here, not only your students. If you look at IIT Hyderabad or IIIT Hyderabad, IIT Madras, see, most of the companies are not promoted by just students of those institutions. They invite other startups also to come. Then only that kind of interaction with the outside startups coming here, coming there and spending time, and our own students, faculty also will get that this thing, how these companies are doing and all that. So we need to create that kind of ecosystem, not only your students to become startup companies, invite other startups, not only the Indian startups, even global startups. Today, in the AI era, only two countries have got advantage for startups. One is China, the other one is India. Why China and India? AI without data, do you think they can survive? No startup can survive. They have to train the models using the data. We have 1.4 billion population in India, and all of them are digitally connected. We have so much of rich data available in India. If only, if you tell your students from Anurag University, you have got a medical college, you have a pharmacy college, you have a management college, and if you can tell your students, go and get some data, the agriculture data or whatever the data around the university, and curate the data, give the data access to some of the startups who are coming to Anurag University incubator, and that data plus the money and some of the faculty and students, interns who are going to join this thing, and definitely I think you can produce a good number of AI startups in this AI era. And from ISF point of view, we'll be more than happy to associate with Anurag University and see that Anurag University beats Stanford University in terms of producing the companies. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing all your experience and expressing the expectations from the young generations. And we will be looking forward for the marriage that's going to happen between ISF and the Anurag University. We'll be looking forward to host it, and we'll be always happy to host you here, sir. Thank you once again. And now we have heard a lot from our chief guest, and now I request our Honorable Chancellor, Professor U.B. Desai, sir, to talk about the practices and what we are doing at Anurag University. And he has been transforming the education system at Anurag University since long. Welcome you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. It's indeed my honor to be present out here. At the same time, I'd like to congratulate the whole Anurag University team. I won't go through all the names, as well as the support from Aalborg for hosting this. This is a very important topic, and I'm very happy that this is being hosted. And coincidentally, it so happens that Dr. Du and we have a very common friend at Aalborg, Dr. Ramji Prasad, and maybe someday Anurag can also try to invite Dr. Ramji Prasad. He is one of the stalwarts in wireless communication in the world. Of course, it's a special privilege also for me to have Jay Chaudhary out here. I'm meeting him after some time. You know, there was as he said, the startup foundation that he has, there was a kickoff meeting at IIIT Hyderabad just a short while ago. Unfortunately, I couldn't attend. And by the way, he didn't mention they are planning not just in India, but a big startup foundation conference in Dallas. Am I right? Okay, yeah. So I think he's very active, and I think we should not leave him. And Anurag University must make sure that we have that conference here next year. I think we should just fix the date as soon as, before he leaves the premises today, fix the dates. Because once the dates are fixed, then all the action will start taking place. Otherwise, everything will go back and forth. And suddenly, last minute, Jay may say, no, we are going to do it at T-Hub because the CM has asked us to do that. So he's close to everybody. Now, this PBL is a very big thing and it's been going around for a long time. You know, a lot of universities have been working on it, though we don't have a proper ecosystem. Okay, I think a lot of activity IUCEE has been doing, you know, under Krishna Vedula's leadership. He's been talking about PBL at all the conferences. In fact, they also will have a conference, I think, what, first week of Jan? Yeah, okay. So December, Jan are very popular months for conferences in India. So this is very active and already a lot of work is going on. And I'll cite a few examples just to illustrate. For example, I'm forgetting the name of the event. You know, Dr. Balaji started that. What would Tejas. Okay, now that to me is PBL. Okay, it was a big event and I'm assuming this year also we'll have it. Yeah, 26th you're having it, 26th Jan, great day to have it. Okay, so that again is a PBL event. Basically, students were asked to think of it in terms of, you know, developing certain projects, and there was a big display. I don't know, maybe there were some 200 projects or so sort of display, and I think the enthusiasm, the energy levels were very high. See, I'm not looking at outcome. Right now, there is too much talk in academia about outcome. I think in the process of outcome, we forget the objectives that we have in mind. Let's forget outcomes. Let's just have fun, you know, and I think this is what started was fun. Okay, and students enjoyed it. Another thing Dr. Archana ma'am started here is, I think, a course called Joy of Engineering. Am I right? Now that again to me is PBL. Okay, because the whole course is just enjoying engineering, doing things and actually doing it with your hand. It is not like a typical course that one would have in electronics or something like that, where you study, you know, Eber small model and various electronic circuits, you know. So nothing like that. You know, I think that is again PBL to me. You know, and it's going on. You know, I'm forgetting the name of the university, and I'm also involved in the board at this university in Noida. You know, there also they had a similar kind of event. So I think these things are happening. Okay, and I can't resist talking a little bit about IIT Hyderabad. You know, so it's like it's part of my. It sort of got embedded in my DNA along the way. So we started 2 courses out there, and you know, way back around 2011, I think, or 12, that time frame, we started a course on 3D printing, where in India people are just discussing 3D printing. And again, it was project based. There was no theory in it. And one of the things that we tried, and I think the same thing is done with Tejas as well as the course that Joy of Engineering. The problems are identified by the students. So you don't give them projects, that here is a list of 10 projects or 100 projects, you pick one out of it. No, they will do it. So same thing in the 3D printing course, we let the students choose what they wanted to do. It was amazing the amount of kind of activities they went through, amount of work that they did. Everything was done by that. Similarly, we had a 1-credit course. There are multiple things, you know, I'm just citing 2 examples. This was done by Professor Surya. The other one was done by Professor Rajalakshmi on drones. This was, I think, somewhere around 2017 or some around that time frame, or maybe 2016. Yeah, 17 maybe, just after we moved to the permanent campus. And the whole idea there was, we spent some money, got the kits, and the students should have fun with those kits. They built drones, they flew. You know, nowadays it became very common. You have kind of a formation drones with all the lights, LEDs and all, and you know, people will create something in the sky. Okay, those things that was done by students in 2016-17 time frame. And the idea is that, you know, my feeling is in project-based learning, one component one should have is there should be the joy of learning. What is happening over the years, you know, it's becoming that learning has become an ordeal. And that's why the students are turned off. You know, I have a cartoon which I start a lot of my presentation on education. There is a little kid, this is for school education. The kid comes back home and the mother is asking, you know, what did you learn at school? Right, typical. And the kid replies, not enough, they want me to go back tomorrow. Okay, so unfortunately that is the trend which is existing, you know. So we should not have that. In fact, the kid should feel, no, I want to go back tomorrow, rather than thinking that, oh, I'm forced to go back tomorrow. I think that applies even here, and PBL is a great medium by which we can bring back the joy of learning. That's why I like the course also which has been started out here. So once again, you know, I won't take up too much of your time. I think this is a great initiative. I hope all the faculty and others who have come from other, all the universities and colleges in the neighborhood or in the state, they're only from state of Telangana or they're all over? Other states also. Okay, great. I think I'm really happy. So all over who have come here, I hope you enjoy this. You know, you also can contribute. Such meetings are not that, you know, we talk and you learn. No, project-based learning, right? So we will also learn from the comments that you will make, the suggestions that you will have, and the ideas that you will have. So thank you very much, okay, and all the best.
Thank you, Professor Desai, sir. And as sir said, we will be soon fixing up the date for the ISF to happen at Anurag University, and we'll fix up the deadlines for everything. Now it's a time to felicitate today's chief guest. I request the dignitaries on stage to felicitate today's chief guest, Sri J. Chaudhary, sir. I request Professor Desai, sir, Archana Mantri, ma'am, Joshi, sir, and all to join. Because you're going to do a lot for us, sir. I request CEO Mrs. S. Neelima ma'am and the Vice Chairman of Medical Institutions Balaji sir also to join us as we felicitate. Thank you once again for accepting our invitation and coming to Anurag University, sir. I'd also request the dignitaries to felicitate Dr. Gopal Krishna Joshi, sir. Sir, please. It's an honor of having you here, sir. Please. Please accept it, sir. Sir, लेके फिर वापस कर दो, sir. हम. I request Desai sir, Balaji sir and Archana Mantri ma'am, Neelima ma'am to felicitate Professor Jiang Du, Professor Du. And one special thing we are doing in this RRS PBL is that we are gifting all the delegates, all the guests with the 3D printed mementos at our own university. They have been manufactured. That will be presented in the upcoming sessions. Kindly be seated, sir. Now it's time to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Archana Mantri ma'am, to give the closing remarks and also to propose the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone present here. Respected Dr. J. Chaudhary ji, Professor U.B. Desai, Honorable Chancellor of Anurag University, all the dignitaries who are present here, my respected colleagues, and the faculty members who have arrived from various institutes across the country. It's a privilege to be hosting all of you at Anurag University. These words are coming not from Vice Chancellor of Anurag University, but from a practitioner of PBL. Many of you might not be knowing that I was one of the earliest practitioner of PBL in this country. And I was sharing, you would also be probably surprised to know that when I started my PhD in 2006 and completed it in 2010, and the title of my thesis was Problem-Based Learning and Its Applications in Electronics Engineering Education. So, and that time, I also would like to put on record and share, that time there was not many practitioners in this country. There may be some, but at least they were not known to me. And I used to refer to all the papers, all the articles, research articles by professors from Aalborg University and from McMaster University of Canada. Two professors I still remember. One was Dr. Annette Kolmos and Dr. Don Woods from McMaster. Annette Kolmos is from Aalborg University and Don Woods was from McMaster University. And both of these I used to refer, and I also had the privilege of meeting Dr. Don Woods at McMaster when he was, I think, 80 at that time. And I just sent him a message that I am pursuing my PhD in problem-based learning, and I was visiting Canada at that time. And I said, I would like to meet you. And within 2 hours, he replied back. And he said, yes, I can meet you. And I visited his university, and of course, this privilege I didn't have. I never visited Aalborg University, so I couldn't meet Dr. Kolmos. But today I'm so happy, you know, the things come full circle around. And today we are at Anurag University hosting a symposium on problem-based learning. So these words are coming, as I said, from the practitioner of PBL. And I am also very happy to note that a community is already building here in this country, thanks to Professor Joshi and the initiatives, and of course our respected friends from Aalborg University, that it is being made possible. It's my wish, out of many dreams that I'm having for this university and for this country, this is one of the dreams that I share, that all my courses here in engineering, at least 80% of them should be problem-based. And that is what actually is the strength and is the power of problem-based learning, that I heard Dr. Chaudhary talking about engagement of students. I heard Dr. Desai talking about engagement of students and how learning can be made fun. And it should be a pull system for the students to come to the class, not a push system. So you should not be, you know, parents and teachers should not be pushing the students to come to the class, but the students should be pulled to the class. And this problem-based learning truly has that power. So I'm so happy to have all this big community now sitting in this room, and there are many more out there who will bring this power of problem-based learning to the class. And hopefully in this country, we will see all the students being pulled to the class rather than pushed to the classes. So the learning should happen voluntarily. It should be motivation-based. And for that, it is important that we adopt and adapt to these kinds of pedagogies, and we pull the students to the classes and make their learning truly meaningful. So joy is one part of it. You know, actual problem solving is other part of it. But impactful and meaningful learning, this is what we should all concentrate on. So thank you once again, especially to Dr. J. Chaudhary and to Desai sir. Both of you came here on our request. And of course, Dr. Vedula, your presence is always so motivational. And I know that you are a silent person, but when you are here, you are like full of energy. And we draw that energy from you. Thank you for being here. And of course, our friends from Aalborg University, your presence means a lot. And we are going to take this effort to many more miles, and hopefully we'll see the impact. Of course, to all the faculty members, my senior colleagues who are present here from Anurag University, big thanks. Your support is needed always to make all these initiatives meaningful. Tara, your team, and the IT team, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And now I request J.A. Chaudhary sir to declare the open of RRS PBL 2024 officially, as Dr. Raghu will also be telling what's there on the screen.
Yeah. So we are happy to opening RRS PBL papers as a special edition in JEET publication. Sir, please take in charge. We have
Sir has to announce the opening.
Opening.
How they are getting published. Please explain.
Can I give?
Then it makes sense.
So as a technical committee chair, we have total received 98 papers as a full abstract. And out of that, we have selected 68 papers are shortlisted for the full paper submission. Out of 68, we have received total 39 papers are accepted for the full paper publication. And then total 37 papers are registered for this conference today. Yeah. Total. All of them are publishing in JEET publication. 37 papers, sir.
Scopus index.
So it is, yes. Total 37 papers are registered, sir. All. Conference 37, sir, total.
I now declare the conference open. Thank you.
So, yeah, I thank one and all for joining us at this inaugural session. Thank you once again, sir. Now I hand over the stage to Dr. Raghu Indrakanti to take it forward.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Already a lot of we are discussing. We have introduced about the Zhang Du, Professor Zhang Du. Just I don't want to take much time. Today, Professor Du will guide us through a insight exploration of readiness for change in academic leadership. In an ever-evolving world, her wisdom and experience will shed light on us how we as an educator and academic leaders, we embrace the lead transformative change in our institution. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm welcome to our keynote speaker, Professor Zhang Du.
Thank you. It has been a great special experience here. The morning welcome, the hospitality, and I'm so impressed that I have to compliment that all the female colleagues come to a conference dressed so beautifully instead of us being so boring. I really need to learn this new tradition. Thank you so much. And we are from Aalborg University. We should have 4 people here. Well, unfortunately, Nis will only join online tomorrow. So we have a team here, and feel free to approach us, talk to us. Our group, we have more than 35 colleagues. We are a group of people who are all engaged in not only practicing, but also supporting international global colleagues PBL through research-based way. We have 2 colleagues who have Indian backgrounds, so we learned something about India from them. Still, being here in Rio, it's very impressive. And I'm so appreciating so many things you are making efforts to so far. So today I will talk about change. How do we make change in a system thinking approach and research-based approach? As mentioned, a bit about our center. We all work on PBL, not only developing PBL, but also research on that. We use research to guide us to see how we can further improve our work. We have work, our work surrounds PBL in multiple dimensions, including digitalization. Here you have Professor Yuan, who is our key professor leading digitalization. We have key leading Professor Henrik, who is in interdisciplinary, together with Professor Annette Komos, as you have heard the name multiple times. And we have a group of colleagues focusing on sustainability through PBO, and also a group of colleagues working on the K-12 STEM education. And yeah, a few of us, including me, working on change management, how to support institutional to use PBO as a way to change and transform. We do publications, we do research. We do not only make impact of our research through publications together with international collaborators, but also we'd like to see meaningful things happening, impacting on students' life. So we do co-creating change through using PBO. We develop global partnership in all of our research work. We have our global network. As you can see, India is one of the key areas we would like to, we have been working on collaboration, and we would like to further develop our collaborative work. And our collaborative work mainly, we are not highlighting you have to change the whole institution towards PBO. So PBO does not have to be the goal, but it can be a useful method supporting change towards any meaningful direction. And we work with faculty members, we work with middle leadership, and we support them to develop strategies to support students with the core or ultimate goal of our work. And then together with them, they should be the local change agents, should lead the curriculum change. So PBO has been mentioned, and as we all know, we cannot define PBO in any particular way, and there is no certain way of doing PBO either. Even within our own university, we are celebrating 50 years of PBO this year, and we do not have agreed, thank you, and we do not have agreed definition of PBO, and we do not have agreed practice of what PBO, how PBO can be best implemented. So there is no best way, there are multiple appropriate options. So, however, there are some principles we would like to work with. When we say problem-based, meaning we use problem as a driver to initiate learning, support students, meaning we try to let them start to work on the problem before we give them the lectures. So you may use problem, but when you do it, that may make a difference for using problem or based on problem. Similar with projects. Many colleagues may use projects in their courses. So using projects at the end of the semester, that's one way of active learning. Project-based or project problem-based and project organized, meaning we encourage the projects, the PBO, the problem, the project start as early as possible before students hear all the lectures and theories. And the lectures are still important. They can play a role of supporting after students have initial experiences. So teamwork, student-centered needs, how they make groups, how they play, it's a big field. On its own, there's no correct answer either. We struggle together. We also try to find solutions to support students better engaged in their teamwork and empower themselves. And change in assessment is crucial. I understand the system in India has quite some restrictions on how much assessment can be changed in an autonomous way. However, we would be happy to work on different options, to work on a progressive way to make this change happen. So, as you may, some of you may have seen this article we have done a few years ago, as a review paper of what PBO in engineering education. If you search PBO in Google Scholar, you get millions of papers in higher education, and then we come to the engineering education. So the 20 years plus experience in engineering education, we could find English papers with around 100 plus, meaning the more structured research articles are still limited. There's a lot of work and how do they function, what are the effectiveness, what are the evidences, are still in the debating. We all know PBL is good, but so what, in which way, in what conditions, how it works or not, that's still open for more research. So please do feel welcome to join this community of practice of PBL research. And also most of the research we could find out, we could select, they were based on single research methods, particularly using a particular questionnaire and follow students for once or not very long time. So how does it impact student learning in the long run? That still remain unknown. And not to say the change agents, that's engineering or all higher education educators. And this area is still very open for more contributions. Last year we did another review work to see over the past years, more and more institutes, they talk about we change to PBL or we change, no matter towards where. We train our teachers, then they will go home to improve their classroom. And that ideology, unfortunately, cannot be realized or cannot be evidenced in reality. So despite the growth of activities, the research results remain limited, and the current empirical work are rather focused on